Sabha took up the Delhi Amendment Bill, the Services Amendment Bill 2023, with Union Home Minister Amit Shah recalling how leaders opposed giving Delhi a full state status. Amit Shah even targeted the Aam Aadmi Party-led Delhi government, saying that in the year 2015, a party came to power in Delhi whose only motive was to fight but not to serve. He further attacked the government, saying that the problem is not getting right to do the transfer positions, but getting control of the Vigilance Department to hide their corruption, like building their own bungalows and splurging on them. Take a listen to what transpired inside the Lok Sabha a short while ago.
अगर हमारी राजनीति में थोड़ी स्वीकृति कम है तो सबको मिलाना है, दिल्ली का जो होना है वो हो, जितना भ्रष्टाचार होना है वो हो, मंत्री कुछ भी करे, मुख्यमंत्री करोड़ों के बंगले बनाए, मगर हम विपक्ष में रहते हुए समर्थन करेंगे क्योंकि हमें गठबंधन बनाना है। विजिलेंस को कंट्रोल में लेकर बंगला जो बना दिया है इसका सत्य छुपाना है, जो भ्रष्टाचार हो रहा है इसका सत्य छुपाना है। मेरी अपील है विपक्ष के सदस्यों को कि आप दिल्ली की सोचिए, अलायंस की मत सोचिए, अलायंस से फायदा नहीं होने वाला है। अलायंस होने के बाद भी पूर्ण बहुमत से नरेंद्र मोदी प्रधानमंत्री बनने वाले हैं।
सर, आज जब सदन में आए तो अच्छा लग रहे थे कि हमारे अमित शाह जी बार बार जवाहरलाल नेहरू जी को और कांग्रेस पार्टी को तारीफ कर रहे थे। मैंने सोचा क्या देख रहे हैं भाई, ये दिन है या रात है। मैं तो सोचा कि दौड़ के जाए और अमित शाह के मुंह में शक्कर शहद डाले, क्योंकि अमित शाह की मुंह से नेहरू जी की तारीफ, कांग्रेस की तारीफ बकाई मेरे लिए बड़ा अच्छा लगे। सर, एक ही बात कहना चाहते हैं कि मान्यवर इधर उधर की बात ना कर, बता कफिला कैसे लूटा। मैं ये कहना चाहते हैं आपको जब जरूरत पड़ते हैं तब नेहरू जी को सहारा लेने पड़ते। आप अगर नेहरू जी को सहारा बराबर लेते रहते तो आज हिंदुस्तान में ये मणिपुर, हरियाणा हमें देखने को नहीं होते।
Pallavi, my colleague, joining us now, getting us more details. Pallavi, a scathing attack coming to the fore from the Union Home Minister when the Delhi Services Bill was tabled, was taken up for discussion in the Lok Sabha. As expected, the opposition did keep their differences aside and stood together against this particular bill, something that they haven't been able to do for Manipur, considering the din over that continues.
Well, Puram, this was clearly a shift in a strategy which we had reported about a few days back. And the reason is that the Aam Aadmi Party felt that at least on the Delhi bill issue, their voice must be heard. And also it must be captured on record of Parliament that, whatever they had to say and whatever the opposition parties really want to say about it. And therefore, you are seeing that even on the day when the bill was tabled, opposition party leaders spoke out against it. And even today, whether it's Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, whether it's the DMK, Maran, all of them are speaking on the floor of the House. This is just, I think, a rehearsal or a cue or a precursor to the big no-confidence motion which begins on 8th. Because if you listen to what the Home Minister had to say very carefully, he made the point that, it's only for aim to get rid of the Prime Minister that political parties with differences have decided to come together. लेकिन जीतेगा तो बीजेपी ही, बनेंगे तो प्रधानमंत्री दोबारा 15 मंत्री in 2024. That's clearly going to be the pitch as far as the Prime Minister goes when he's going to be speaking on a no-confidence motion on 10th. So clearly on the floor of the House, you are seeing the opposition parties trying to derive belatedly mileage out of the situation to get their voice heard on key legislations. And on the other hand, the government making the point that unlikely partners have come together only because they want to take on that one man that they're all wary of, which is the Prime Minister.
Now, Pallavi, like you pointed out, there was a shift in strategy as far as the discussion on this particular bill went, because otherwise the opposition, a united one at that, has been saying that there absolutely cannot be any other business that takes place because Manipur takes precedence. So now in the lead up to the no confidence motion and the 3 days of discussion next week, perhaps all we're going to be seeing again is din and disruption.
I think the very big news point is also which we need to stress on the development which has happened in Rajya Sabha, because that's where really the breakthrough has taken place. From sticking to their stand on Article 267 being the point of discussion as far as the Manipur issue, there definitely has been a climb down on that. Over here, the proposal which has been mulled and almost agreed upon is Rule 167, which means you can have a long duration discussion on Manipur, which will be ended up by a motion or a resolution passed jointly by all the members, whether it's the government or the opposition, essentially taking note of the gravity of the situation in Manipur. Also, what we are being told is that no longer will they insist on the presence of the Prime Minister. Opposition parties that convey to the Parliamentary Affairs Minister that let's begin the discussion without the Prime Minister. He can join us in later. So I think in that sense, the opposition parties are beginning to realize that it is very important that in this session of Parliament, when important legislations are being taken up, our voice needs to be registered on the parliamentary records.
And is this going to further divide the opposition? Because we've already heard reports, Pallavi, coming in that not everyone was happy by this climb down that was done as far as the Rajya Sabha is concerned.
Well, the Congress party certainly wanted a bit of the tweaking in of the strategy because they feel, and some of them feel, that we have important state elections coming up and we also need to take up people's issue. They admit that Manipur, that really matters, but price rise, unemployment are important issues as well. Data protection bill, something which can, according to opposition, hurt the younger people who are tech savvy. The Delhi bill is something which is important for the Aam Aadmi Party. Therefore, that's the reason which actually explains why there has been this climb down coming in from the opposition.
Right, Pallavi, thank you so much for getting us the latest on that. We'll keep an eye out on what transpires in both houses.